Hello folks, Simon here bringing you some more Chrono Cross today. We are racing our way through this game. As I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I think 2 more videos will get this one done for us. Now, apologies if you can hear a bit of a bluster. I don't know if you can, but that is my fan if you can. And it's either have the fan on or no Chrono Cross because I am roasting here today. It's really warm actually, so hopefully the mic settings are doing their job and preventing that, but if not, then we'll just have to put up with it. Okay, so between the last episode and this one, all I've done is stuck Starkey into the party. He's the little blue alien fellow we recruited a number of episodes ago now, actually. And I've also pumped our element grids with a lot of fire damage. We're going to need that. Oh, and I've also equipped the blue plate onto Surge, I think it was that I did that. So that should hopefully see us through the next boss, which shouldn't be that damaging or dangerous, but just make sure you do have lots of red element attacks because that's pretty much the only way to really deal with this boss. And then make your way over to the Alnido Triangle. So this is our next destination. And it looks like there's already some dudes hanging out there, so maybe we could go and join them, have a boat picnic, something like that. Nope, we'll just go inside. Okay, and we're just going to make our way through the dungeon as before. And there are a couple of rainbow shells we can nab along the way as well. The first of which is on this first screen. Just over here, very easy to find. I'm just disabling enemy encounters for the purposes of my editing sanity later on as well. And then we're going to head down into the screen below. Okay, and there should be another item around here before we make our way over to the fairly obvious UFO. Yep. Another rainbow shell. Right, so you can see that there is some kind of entity in front of the alien spaceship. That is, in effect, our next boss fight. So, yep, we've already prepped for that. And it's not the hardest boss, but it can be challenging if you don't bring red elements. So let's see how we get on here, shall we? I will go ahead and just turn encounters back on there. We're given very little context. We are just thrust into the battle pretty much immediately. This is the Royal Jelly, innate blue, hence the reason why we did equip that blue plate. And as you can see, physical attacks are, well, not all that physical. They're fairly useless, but they are important for still building up our levels, so we are going to need to do that in order to actually attack with our red elements. Now, the boss has 1,657 HP, which is pretty good. I should have actually attacked there, not to worry, because it's not a huge amount, quite frankly. So let's see now if we can, yep, magma burst this thing down a bit. And I've just got a whole ton of these magma bursts. I've got about 14 equipped. I don't think we're going to need anywhere near that many. But it always pays to come prepared, doesn't it? So, yeah, 300 damage there with a single cast. And Starkey here just missing. Very, very annoying. Very rude, I might say. So we'll just continue on with the strategy. Glenn is already nicely boosted up. So let's see. What's the highest level I gave him? Magma Burst +2. I suppose you could cast some buffs if you want to as well, just to boost the damage of your elements. But of course, you'll likely boost the damage of the boss as well at that point. 240. Not great. And let's just take this opportunity now to defend. Defending, don't forget, will boost your stamina very, very quickly. See, we are now at max stamina again. And we can just repeat the process. So what's that now? About 500 points of damage. So I think we've basically got to repeat what we've just done another couple of times. Let's go for another attack. I don't know if Starkey's got a level 8. No, he hasn't. Okay. So, Magma Burst +3 is the highest I've given him. He's a little under-leveled compared to the rest of the crew, so see how much damage he does here. 318. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. So what's that now? About 800, over 800 points of damage, I think. The actual boss itself isn't all that dangerous. Now, it can cast iceberg. So if you've got an iceberg trap even, an iceberg trap, it could be worth throwing one down. To be honest, I didn't even equip one, so that's not something I'm going to be doing. Should we go for an X-Strike? X-Strike should also be really good here. In fact, it might even be better than Magma Burst. Yep. 1300 points of damage. Yeah, I think we can say X-Strike should be part of the strategy. And we get our level up star for that as well. Yeah, not too bad at all. And it was a lot easier once I realised, hey, we can just go ahead and cast that X-Strike. That was fun. Right, okay. So now, because we've got Star Key, we can approach the UFO. And is this going to be a method by which we can get to the tower that we're trying to get to Terra Tower? Star Key, of all people, going to come in and save the day here. Well, one thing you can't complain about with Chrono Cross is that you do get a wide variety of environments in this game to explore. You know, it's never too samey, is it? Okay, you do revisit areas, but there's a lot of different areas. Seems there's a bit of a weight limit involved. Only small little blue aliens can be accommodated. Fair dues. Does Starkey remind you guys of Pooper, whatever its name is, from Final Fantasy VIII? Because it does me. Still get nightmares from that flipping side quest in that game, I really do. Well, yeah, here we are, automatically in Chronopolis. Yeah, come on, Starkey. Got a job to do here. Oh, looks like he's done. So we've got an old sailboat equipped with an anti-grav device. I tell you, these things only make sense in Japanese role-playing games, don't they? Right then. Okay. So when we're ready, we're going to go ahead here and speak to Kid. And can we fly to Terra Tower in this thing? Well, we're about to find out. Surge looks like he means business now, doesn't he? I mean, he's on a flying boat, so of course he does. Yeah, it looks like we have made it to Terra Tower. Like, the final dungeon. Woo! And it's going to be a doozy. Right, so yes, we have a record of fate that we can obviously use if we want. Or we can leave Terra Tower if there's still any other business that we need to do. And then we can just fly back here whenever we want to enter it again. And there is one thing I still want to do. I know you guys have been very patient, pushing through all these episodes, and finally we're at the, you know, the last location, but I don't want to miss out on stuff. And we're not going to be long here, don't worry. So yeah, we're going to come back to the El Nido triangle. And let's just disable enemy encounters once more. And what we're going to do is make our way back to that UFO. Which unfortunately we couldn't get to fly, but that's fine because we didn't need it in the end. But the reason we're coming back here, whilst, by the way, I should say still keeping Starkey in the party, is that we can get his level 7 tech. And we do that by interacting once more with the hatch here in the middle of the floor. There we go. Starstruck. Yeah, well, there we have it then, folks. Let's head back to Terra Tower. Right, so Norris is back in the party, and the blue plate on Surge has been replaced with the yellow plate. Are you ready, folks? This is the Terra Tower. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, we're going to move into the first main area. We do have a boss fight coming up very, very quickly here. Well, what's this thing? Yep, this is the Piratore. Now, I'm just going to recommend using physical attacks to take this thing out. You can, of course, opt for elements if you wish. But make sure you have plenty of healing. You can also diminish if you're going the physical attacks route, which is what I'm going to do, because, as you can probably tell, this thing is going to be casting a lot of elements. So we do want to try and get rid of that all-yellow field if we can here. So let's just move Glenn to level 5 and see what he can do. That's a relative help. Heal. Nope. 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 Don't want any of that jazz. Looks like we're going to have to cast some jazz. Let's go for Sonic Sword. Green. Could be good. At the very least, it'll get rid of some of that yellow. Yeah, not too bad. This boss has 2,200 HP. I would like to get a diminish off if we can, which I do have equipped on somebody. I just can't remember who I put it on. I think it's Surge. So let's go for a level 3 attack. Hopefully that won't miss. Nice bit of damage there as well. And then what have we got? Have we got diminish? Ah. Apparently no, we haven't. Okay, so I might have messed up somewhere. Well, let's just carry on doing some physical attacks here. I shall check. No, Norris hasn't. I only gave him some rubbish, really, that we're not going to use. Okay. Okay, that's very good. That's one of his worst attacks, so for him to cast that on my yellow plate user is really helpful. Oh, Poxy Capsule. Oh, well, it's only 80 healing. He's doubling it, is he? Good strategy there. Let's see what Norris can do. Yep, don't want any of that. Okay, let's go for Strengthen. Again, not too exciting. But it should boost a little bit of Surge's damage here, and we'll also get rid of that all-yellow field. And now we can just carry on laying on the damage. You guys get how it works by now, I'm sure. That's just a debuff. This is just a buff. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think just laying on the physicals. Stupid buffs. Boss have really butchered our attempt to do a lot of damage there. Okay. Well, something at least. 77's better than nothing, isn't it? Right, what have we got? We could do X Strike, maybe. I know it's red, but I think this should work. Yeah, 822. Not too bad at all, actually. That X Strike is very, very powerful. Oh, we got it with 28 points of damage. Yeah, the trick to that fight, to that boss, is just making sure that you don't keep a yellow field active. Okay, just keep a bit of colour in there. Otherwise, his attacks become very dangerous. And we get our next star level, of course. So, yeah, let's head back in order to save up again. And picking up from where we just defeated that boss, we're going to head into the next area, which is a sort of, well, it's an interesting room to say the least. And you can see there's a pillar there just on the left, which kind of feels like it's not drawn as part of the background. And that's because we can interact with those sorts of things. So first of all, just head over to this part here to grab the nostrum. Not all that exciting, but it's an item to get, so we are going to do that. And then let's just make our way all the way back around to that first pillar. And we can actually push this over now. Just like that. And in the next area, we have quite a lengthy staircase, actually. It's also full of enemies. But fortunately, it looks like somebody's been kind enough to clear those out for us already. So, yeah, we can just make our way down without any rude interruptions. Now, even with the toggle for the enemy encounters that you can turn off in the Radical Dreamers edition, some of the narrow passageways you just can't really avoid but having to go through battles, otherwise you just can't get past because of the collision detection. Now down at the bottom here, if you go onto that water there, you'll be taken into the next area, but you can also head down this sort of bloodied vine, I want to call it. I don't know, it doesn't look pleasant, whatever that it is that we're climbing on. But let's go ahead and head down to grab the nostrum. Again, not exciting. Most of the enemies around here are giving us plenty of that stuff. And then just follow the red stuff. And we're going to be heading over into that doorway. I'm just checking that there is no other items or the like. We can't get past there anyway. Nope, that's fine. Let's just head through here. And we're just going to pretty much follow the passage. So there are... Yeah, we can't go up. Can we go up here? Oh, we can climb up, but I don't want to do that just yet. Because I think if we head down, there might be another chest. In fact, before we do that, let's head over here. It's a little bit of a confusing place, this is. Especially if you don't want to miss out on any items and stuff. We could potentially fall here as well. Should we put turbo mode on? Yeah, let's put turbo mode on. We do love a bit of speed, don't we? Up and around here. And yeah, I can see the chest. However, we can't reach it just yet, annoyingly. So we're going to have to come back to it for now, but there's going to be a bit of a dialogue that we need to get through. There is a method to the madness here. We are going to grab all the items. And look at that, huge scary statue face staring down on us. Right, so let's just head up here and out the other side. And what have we got going on here? Just another bunch of vines to climb through. I'm guessing that's what this stuff is. It's like, I don't know, tree roots or something, isn't it? It's really weird. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to follow these around. Let's just put turbo mode on again. And you can see that doorway on the right-hand side. Well, that's actually going to lead us to the other side of the log that we fell down. I believe it will anyway. Yeah, got that right. And that just contains... Well, it actually contains a pack of lies. Okay, so that's for one of our party members. And what we're going to do now is make our way up here. Dum-de-dum-dum-de-dum-de-dum. And yep, yet another doorway, and this enemy really wants to kill us, but I don't want to do that. Unless I really have to. Nope, we can get past. But I believe there's another item chest around here, which I'll make sure that we don't miss out on. Is it lurking around the bottom? Nope. Okay, let's head up. Yeah, some of these enemies are really kind of annoying, actually. Ah, there it is. Right behind the waterfall. This one for a rainbow shell. Very nice. I'm just thinking we might have missed an item, so... Let's make sure we just grab that. Which I think is, yep, just over here. Try not to go down the waterfall. A Defender Plus. Okay. Now let's head back to that previous area. So, yeah, that's all the items so far. And if we just go back up here, we'll be able to find the exit to this area. Bit of a climb now to the top, if I'm honest. So, once again, turbo mode is going to be our friend for this. Yeah, you can use those to come back down. So I was just testing that, didn't mean to go on the next one though. Now, knowing we can go down those slides is a bit of a helpful bit of knowledge, because if we pop down this slide here, there is a doorway with another item, and yeah, you want to grab this one because it's actually a weapon upgrade for one of our party members, Janice. So yeah, the better carotene. Yeah, just don't miss out on that. And all we're going to do now is just drop down here, try and avoid the enemy again, and then just continue making the trek up. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, where's turbo mode? Oh, back down again. That's the problem with turbo mode. As I've mentioned before, it can be a bit of a liability. Ah, that's better. That's more like it. Okay, and into the next area. Right, so this is back at the original twisted room thingy. And what we're going to do first of all is actually knock these down. Come on, there we go. And this is effectively going to allow us to create a path back to this bit without having to traverse all of those other areas, which of course is really helpful. So look, we can just head all the way down here and back to where we fought the boss. Or we can head up to the next floor by using that second pillar. But I'm going to go back now and just take the opportunity to save at the entrance. Along with saving, just check if you've got any red wolf traps. And if not, then pop back to Marbiel to pick some up. Now, you might never care about even casting the Red Wolf summon, but it makes sense to pick up some of the traps because it is an ability that's used by the next boss, and you can at least avoid the damage there. So, right, let's make our way up here, yep, into the top floor. There is an item we should be able to grab as well. There's a bunch of enemies, but I'm just going to avoid those for the time being. They're only small, so hopefully we'll be able to avoid them. Yep. Okay, I can see the chest. Yeah, the other enemies were a little bit too wide to get past, so even with the toggles to avoid encounters, it wasn't always practical to do that. Come on, let's pass little man. There we go. Now, this is an important chest. It's got a heal plus. And it's the only chest in the game, I believe, that has a heal plus. I'm sure some of you Chrono Cross pros will correct me if I'm wrong about that. But here we have a red blob. And the red blob is our boss. So we'll just go ahead and interact with it. Many have bled, suffered, and perished. It is your turn to die. He's a very light-hearted individual. Okay, so this fight is the Piratore, and it has 2,400 HP. Red innate, so having that red plate is going to be a big help. So we're going to start off by building up our levels here, as usual. And what I'm going to do then is just drop down the red wolf trap. Attack temporarily decreased is not particularly helpful, but it's fine. Oh, I can't remember who I gave the traps to. I always do this. I equip the party and then completely forget how I've done that. Oh, tablet. Mad healing there, bro. Whoa, double tablet action. This guy's got the strats. Triple tablet action. That's nuts. Yeah, but I think he only does that once per fight, so if that 90 HP is a big problem for you, don't get too stressed. Right, we need to try and get rid of some of this red stuff now off the field. So let's see what we've got going on. Turn blue. Do I need to heal up? I wouldn't say I do, seeing as how we haven't lost any HP. Let's just go ahead and Sonic Sword here. I didn't really change my elements around, which I probably should have done. Oh, he didn't like that. He did not like that at all. And I could really do with getting this red wolf down. There it is. If we capture it, then perfect. But it does go through a fair few elements before using it, so we'll have to see. Right, we can diminish, because we're not really using elements and the boss is. Plus, again, it just helps to clear off that field effect. There we go, that's looking better. And we'll just keep attacking him. Try and get him into his weakened state. I am going to try and capture that red wolf. So I'm going to not kill the boss. Okay, he's in his weakened state, so I'm just going to be careful here. And we'll start defending. Yeah, it's still a ways away. We're just too darn powerful, aren't we? That's the problem. We're just too powerful. So we'll just keep the defensive strategies going. We've got diminishing effect. We're probably going to have to cast some heals here. Mainly so that Glenn doesn't get killed. And yet he can heal himself with... maybe a capsule. Yeah. Put a bit of yellow in effect. Ooh, 80. That was worth it. Not. What else have we got? Some more power. We haven't got anything yet. Okay, we'll just... I don't want to do attacks, though, really. I don't want to kill the boss. Let's just do another capsule for now. No, yeah, that's right, yeah, I'm Glenn. I always get confused with the targeting system when it comes to healing in this game. Always, always. I just noticed, I don't think I noticed this before, that every time you defend, you heal 1 HP. I wonder what the point of that is. Okay, the fact it's cast 99 means it's skipped out on Red Wolf for some reason. So we might have to wait for it to recycle back around. Let's just keep defending for now. I do need to try and keep Norris alive. This boss would be dead if I wasn't trying to capture this summon. I think we're going to have to revive Norris. So I'm just going to go for a couple of hopefully weak attacks. Don't kill the boss because otherwise Norris is going to miss out on the star level. Then we'd have to redo the whole thing. I can't risk attacking with Surge again. I'm going to have to do it with Glenn. Surge is just too powerful, is the problem. Okay, I'm assuming at this point that... What's it? Diminish has worn out. Okay, I'm going to skip out on Red Wolf. It's not the only boss we can get it from, so... Oh, I don't believe it. We're going to have to restart the fight. Yeah, Norris is dead, which means he won't get the effects of the star level. Which is definitely not good. And he's down for the second time. Oh dear. Yeah, he still didn't capture do the Red Wolf trap. I didn't like really try for it that time because I didn't want to have a repeat of somebody dying again. But yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't cast it. Weird. Anyway, let's carry on at this point. So we're just going to make our way to the exit now. Through here. Well, the exit of this room, anyway. And we've got a little bit of an interesting area here. Looks kind of maze-like, but it's fairly linear. As you can see, a lot of the paths are blocked up. We can only go the one way, really. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. Just make sure that we can't go down any of these ladders. Don't think so. Okay. We can go up and down, though, so we'll grab our first item. Oh, there's actually 2 items in this room, and the second one's up there. And we get a rainbow shell. The actual next chest is a little more exciting. We've got rainbow shells pretty much coming out of our ears by this point. But we have got to go up and down a few times in order to reach it. Come on. Glenn there, learning how to use ladders. What a big boy. Ah, enemy really trying to do his best Gandalf impression. No, yeah, we're through. Yeah, this is a spectral glove. Hey, not too bad. Ah, he's doing it again. But no, he fails. Fails, fails, fails. Okay, now in here there is yet another bunch of items that I don't want to miss out on, so we're going to head up the right-hand side. Can we cross this bit? No. It looked like there was a kind of like path thing there, but we just need to use the correct steps in order to get to wherever it is that we're trying to get to. Holy healing elements. And there should be another item up here. Yep. Just a rainbow shell, but it's there, so we're going to get it. And then we just need to figure out how to get through to the next area. You know, these sorts of rooms, they're not complicated. But you do just have to try and navigate them. And, yeah, it kind of looks like, I was going to say, Viper Manor. What is going on indeed? Well, inside there's a fella we need to chat to. There's actually a bunch of NPCs, but we'll ignore those. Or maybe one of those is who we need to speak to. Let me just check. Nope, can't speak to you. That individual has not much to say to us. Nor that one. Ah, come on, I'm stuck. Yep, just use the switch as we did when we were in Viper Manor in order to get to the ladder. And then if we can position ourselves behind it, we can climb up. This time for a black hole element. Now, we still need to find the prophet. I'm such an idiot. He was here at the entrance the whole time. I just wasn't looking when I came in, you know. Yeah, I'm old now. You'll have to put up with this fogey. Is this Viper Manor? Okay. I do love games, Japanese games, that give you that real surreal experience as you play them. Sort of kind of feels like you're dreaming sometimes. And I mean that as a compliment. Whoa. We'll meet again. But not for a while. Okay, so after that lengthy cutscene, what we're going to do now is do a little bit of backtracking. Just make sure you grab that chest from the second floor. The one where you have to use the switch. And we come back through here and the door disappears. However, fortunately, there's another door here. Or another opening, I should say. It's not quite a door. Some musical pillars. Before we go through the main entrance, we can actually head down here. Sort of make our way across. It's a little bit of a pain to try and navigate, but there is a path here, as you can see. And if we go all the way around, then we can grab the Ultra Nova. Pretty decent element. And looks like there's not much else to see here, so let's make our way back up to the top. So, off this little ledge. Come on. There we go. Yeah, no, I had it. There, I've got it. So in the next area, we do have a boss coming up. It's up to you if you want to head back and save. We do have another save point very soon, but it is after the next boss, or this current boss that we're about to face off against. So if you do run back, it's like the last time you really need to do so for a while. But just in terms of preparation, all I've done is thrown the green plate onto Surge, I think it was. And I've also given him the yellow field element. That is going to help us if we can pull off this little strategy I'm going to show you. And what I've also done is just given Norris, who is our yellow-oriented party member, yellow innate, I've given him the Thunder Snake element. So hopefully, with this combination, we'll be able to make fairly quick work of the boss. That's the theory anyway. We'll see how it plays out. So yeah, it's another one of these blob things. This time, of course, the green one, hence the green plate I have equipped. You can also trap the Sonya summon thingy if you want to do that. But then you will have to push this fight out a little bit longer. I'm not going to bother. So yeah, first things first, let's start building up those levels. This boss has 2,500 HP. And it's going to put a lot of green on the field, as one might imagine. So we do want to try and get rid of that as soon as possible, really, just to avoid all of that incoming damage. And yeah, it looks like it's filling up with green right from the get-go here. Just to be a nuisance. We're going to defend with Glenn. He's not going to do much else now. I suppose I could have used a yellow element or something just to get rid of that green, but not to worry. Okay, I think we'll just build up elements there with Surge. Gonna have to just try and not get killed here. 17 points of damage. Oh, no, 69 that time. So yeah, this thing gets a few elements off in a row. If you don't want to use this strategy that I'm using, then you can, of course, put Diminish in play. But let's just stick with what we're doing for now. We will use Glenn on his next turn to take some of that green out of play. Okay, if he wants to waste a turn healing, that's fine. And yep. So we should be good to use Thunder Snake on our next run through here. And let's just go ahead and... Have we got anything yellow? Capsule maybe? I mean, it doesn't really make much difference. At least that'll keep him alive. Okay, let's just throw that and put some yellow onto the field effect, but also a little bit of HP recovery. Not a huge amount, but it's something. Now, has Surge got enough for yellow field? Yes, he has. I might have been best to... No, I think that's okay. I was going to say do a couple of attacks to let the boss have a go, but I think we'll be all right here. Okay, oh, we need to get... Oh, this is going to be a little bit annoying. hopefully the boss won't attack. If we do a level 1 there... Okay, no, we're fine. I was worried the boss was going to get an attack off and remove our yellow field, so we wouldn't have been able to cast Thunder Snake then. But nope, that's good. So this should do a nice bit of damage. I don't know if it will do enough damage to kill the boss, but it should do a lot. It won't kill him, but it will do a lot. And then we should just be able to finish up with physical attacks. Yeah, nearly 1400. That's not too bad at all. Oh. Apparently we killed it. I guess my info was wrong. According to my stat site, this boss had 2500 HP, but that was the only bit of damage we did, and it was enough. So, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. We get our next star level at least. Another bunch of stats. And another boss defeated, which means we are continuing to make some good progress here. And this here is a teleporter that we're going to use. There's nothing else to do in this particular room. And this will take us to an area with our next save point, as I mentioned. Or Record of Fate, as I still am not used to calling them after playing so much Final Fantasy. Yep. Makes sense. And this save point is in a really handy location because there's a number of bosses around this area. So we're going to start by heading over to the east, since the summit is protected at the moment. And there's a few enemies, so use these for the opportunity to gain your minor stats. Now, there are some strange sticks that are scattered on the edges, and you can get blown into them, which are also enemy encounters. What I've done is replaced the... Well, they're actually ghosts holding sticks, but you know what I mean. I've replaced the green plate with a white plate, and hopefully that will see us through the next encounter, which should just be past here. Oh, just make sure as well you've got Diminish and some other magical reducing abilities as well, because this boss does like to cast Magnify. Although he only casts it one time, I believe. At least that's what happens in my experience. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, we just get thrust into the fight. No introductions. So rude. And you guys know the routine by now. Let's start by building up those levels. Yep. Slow, but deadly. Poor Surge. Just getting repeatedly stomped on. Okay, so what we can do now with Glenn... what have I actually given him? I'm not 100% sure. He might have Diminish. Oh, he's got Imbecile, but I'm not going to cast any of that jazz until we've gone ahead and, you know, had the boss do Magnify, which it does quite early on. So, same with Diminish. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for a heal here. Nothing too exciting. What heal have we got? Let's just go for Recover. Recover's probably not great because of the white effect. So we'll just top Surge back up. Yeah, there we go. And again, just continue to build up those lovely levels here. Most of our damage for this fight is going to be through physical attacks. Mainly from Surge, with that Masamune weapon that he has. Right, here comes that dreaded Magnify. Yeah. Magnify followed by Omega White. A recipe for disaster from our perspective. So, could be a spot of bother here. Yeah, Norris is going to struggle with that type of damage. So what we're going to do now, we want Norris to survive the battle. So we're going to... yeah, let's... I don't know. I think we need to start getting rid of that magnify. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to bring Norris up, obviously. Oh, what's he doing now? Okay, healing. We can live with that. It's a lot of healing, but at least we're not losing another party member here. So we shall cast Imbecile. We need to make sure we reduce that one-shot damage that this boss likes to dish out. And as I say, I don't think it's going to cast Magnify a second time. What have we got here on Surge? Not much. Okay. Can he bring... What's his face back up? Should be able to. I thought I had revive on every party member. Full revival. Okay, that's really helpful. Make sure that I have targeted Norris. Yes, I have. I do not want to waste that element. Yeah, we're in a good state now. So I would like to get diminishing effect. Probably going to have to take an attack here before we do that, maybe. Unless I can do it now. Is level 4 enough? The answer to that is no. Oh, I can still do it. Good, good. Yeah, there we go. Diminish. Perfect. So with diminish and imbecile in effect, hopefully, we should have reduced the damage in this fight to a point where we can just focus on taking him out without too much trouble. That's the theory. How much damage are we taking from Meteor Shower? Still a fair whack there. And we've got some status effects in play as well now. But let's just see what we're capable of. Now, of course, we can't get a game over because Surge can't take damage from those white elements. However, it's not really any use to us just keeping Surge alive, but none of the others, because they will miss out on the star levels. But as you can see, reducing this damage is really important. We do need to try and clear off that white field, though, if we can. Level 1 element is not going to be great. Nope. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for Glenn. Which is fine. What can he do at level 4? I don't want to attack again because I feel like we're going to get destroyed if we do. Should we go for an X strike? Or should we go for a little bit of a rubbish here? Let's go for an X strike. Should do a nice bit of damage. Yeah. 1,400 points of damage. Is that enough to kill him? It looks like it was. Perfect. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, a little bit more challenging than some of the previous fights. But hey, we got through it. And that means another star level. An Ultranova element, which is the guaranteed drop. And yeah, the beam generator there, which is helping to protect the summit, has now deactivated. Or rather, just been completely and utterly destroyed. Okay, so now we just need to head back to the room with the save points. I'm just going to disable enemy encounters here, just to avoid the issues with the wind. Issues I do have quite regularly. Come on, can we... That's it, nearly there. Yeah, perfect stuff. And as you can guess, we've pretty much got to repeat the process on the opposite side now. So let's make the most of this Record of Fate. Whoops, sorry about that. For some reason, my recording didn't start correctly. All I did was move over to the left-hand side of the screen this time, or exit the left-hand side of that save point screen, and then just move my way over to the teleporter to this boss, just as we did on the east side, but I've repeated the process on the west. And I did gain my minor stat gains from the random enemies, and also on top of that, I equipped the black plate. Now, the problem with this boss, which is the Gravitor, is that the black element can also cast instant death, which the black plate doesn't guard against. Now, it is a small chance, but it is a chance. So, yeah, this boss could be a little trickier than the previous one. So we'll see how we get on here. What can Glenn do at level 4? He can cast Imbecile, so he shall. I know that putting black on the field isn't the wisest idea, but reducing damage is. And we're going to try and start getting rid of some of that black. So we'll throw some other elements, but Surge is going to be sticking to what he knows, which is this super-powered physical damage. Yeah, you go ahead and throw a Nostrum on yourself. The last boss could heal for like 700. This one for 200. So hopefully a little bit more manageable in that regards. Let's try and get rid of some of this black here. And we can cast Revive. No, thank you. Diminish is tempting, but I don't think so at this stage. Well, we haven't got anything that needs any damage taken that needs healing, so let's just cast Sun Shower. Not that damaging, but it just removes some of this black effect quickly. And 235. It's better than nothing. Maybe we can go for that ability we used a moment ago on the last boss as well. X-Strike. Okay, Omega Black. But we have got some diminishing effects in play here. Imbecile. So this will hurt. Yeah, but not enough to get the killing blow, fortunately, on Norris there. So if we cast level 3 first. Okay, and now should be able to go for an X-Strike, and maybe this will finish off the fight. It did last time, so I'm anticipating it will again. Yeah, perfect. Even on enemies that are not blue innate, that X-Strike is really, really helpful. And there we have it. Star level 46. Getting a whole bunch of these stat gains, which I'm not complaining against. They're going to, I'm sure, come in useful for the final bosses. And there goes the shield. Whoopty doodah. Right, so what we're going to do now is not run into the side of the screen, but use the teleporter. No, it's not really a teleport, it's more of a jump pad, isn't it? Let's just disable those encounters. I mean, I do need to get stat gains, but I do want to save first. So let's go and do that. So black plate switched for the blue plate. Stats gained. I don't think there's much else we need to do before facing off against the final of these bosses. I mean, there is another boss coming up straight after this one, or soon after this one, but it's not one of these sort of collection of bosses that we've been going through over the last hour or so. Now, I'm hoping, because this is a blue innate enemy, that X-Strike is really going to finish things off for us. In fact, I might even use it quite early on. There's a lot of blue on the field, but if Glenn can just gain some levels, I don't know if he's going to gain enough, unfortunately, on this turn, because he's only got 4 stamina left. We'll see. X-Strike's quite an easy one to cast, although do I really want to be casting X-Strike on a full blue field? Probably not, as I think that will reduce the damage. So let's just well, how did you defend there? There we go. Let's just defend, gain some stamina back. And then we're going to try and get rid of some of this blue stuff here. Or should I just wait for Norris? Because I don't really want to miss out on Surge's Masamune damage. Yeah, this boss uses some pretty nasty physical attacks, as you can see. Yeah, I think I'm not going to be able to afford to do much else now. We could do X-Strike now, but would it? Nah, I don't want to do it yet. What have we got in terms of healing? Not much. Oh, come on. Surge. Okay. Let's just go for recover all here. Recover all or heal all. I'm not sure which is exactly best. But that's not too bad. Let's see if I can get a little bit of red going here, maybe. Amiga blue. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Bit of healing there. Never goes amiss. And now, we could negate physical. Let's cast Weaken. Reduce some of that physical damage and get a bit of red in play. Yeah, I think that's a good idea there. And now, with Glenn. The heck? We need to get Surge up to cast X Strike. Okay. Let's hope we can do that on this turn, shall we, with 4 stamina. Okay, that'll heal Surge. How much damage on the others? Not too bad. Following up with an iceberg, however, yeah, that's bad. Okay, but they're still alive. They're still alive. Oh, we're not going to be able to heal, or are we? Yeah, okay. The problem is now with Glenn out of stamina, I don't know if we're going to be able to combine our powers. Let's see what Surgy can do. Not a lot on level 1. Okay, we're going to have to remove this blue stuff. Which we actually can't. Right, now can we? Yeah, I think so. Level 2. Should we start on Glenn or on Surge? Maybe Glenn. Okay, this fight's actually getting a little bit annoying. All I want to really try and do is get X Strike off. But the boss is doing everything in its power to prevent that from happening, it would seem. Okay. So we don't want to do it on Glenn. Yep, we want to do it on Surge. We're going to have a round of defending as well, which is kind of annoying to get staminas back up to snuff. Oh, I can't even do that because I need to get rid of this blue stuff. Okay, let's go for Dash and Gash. Just for some little bit of damage, but mostly to get rid of the all blue field effect. Which probably helped, actually, as the boss has had to waste a turn now. Okay, and we've got full stamina again. Come on, please don't get a turning, boss. Please don't get a turning. Let's go for one more. Please don't get a turning. Okay, we could go for yellow field. Or we could just go for a little bit of damage here. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Should we try Luminaire? It'll put white in effect and might do a little bit of damage for us. White's not really an element that matters in this fight, but at least it isn't blue. Okay, and Norris is next. To be honest, the boss is almost down. It's in its weakened state. Oh, it's going to do 2 in a row, is it? Or just the 1? Yeah. Please leave Glenn alone. Okay, we're going to have to... medicine's just too risky here. It's going to put blue all over the place. I think we're going to have to just stick to doing damage, you know. I really do. Right, come on, Surge. Finish this guy off, will you, for us? We've done it. We've done it. We didn't get X Strike off, which is something I really would have liked to have seen. But the boss is down. Thank goodness. That was actually one of the toughest perhaps the toughest of the bosses in this place so far, I would say. What do you guys think? Maybe I was just unfortunate. But it hit hard. But we did it. That's the main thing. We did it. Okay, nice. So we've actually unlocked the final teleporter now. But we do need to go and remove this flu, which knocks us all over the place. And we need to heal up, we need to save up. You name it, we need to do it before we go any further. And what I've done is just gain my stats once more. So we are ready, hopefully, for the next boss, which is quite tricky. And it's a bit of a lengthy one as well. What I'm going to do is finish off here for today. So thanks for your patience as I put all of this together. I know it's taken me a few weeks, but I've had to keep mingling all of this episode together as I've been working on other projects. But I'm hoping now that everything that's left, we will get into one more episode for this playthrough. And then we will be done. Okay, I will tell you in advance, I do not have any plans of going through Chrono Cross in New Game Plus mode, which I know will be disappointing to some of you. But I will just be happy that I've beaten the game, okay? And I'll just be happy that we've made it through, because I'll be honest with you, I've really enjoyed the playthrough and I've really enjoyed Chrono Cross, but I've just had so much going on with other projects, it has been hard to fit in with this particular game. Okay, so I do not want to make any further commitments once we've beaten it. So I am saying no to a New Game Plus at the moment, but in the future, maybe we'll get to it, but no plans right now. However, thank you so much for watching today. I really hope that this video has been helpful to you. And do come back next time, hopefully, for the ultimate end episode, and then we will be done. Oh, it's been a fun one. It's been challenging at times, but it has been fun. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.